marcan. Ahora sí, saludamos de nuevo desde la Cúpula del Milenio en directo para toda la gente que nos ve en todo el mundo. Iniciamos la segunda semifinal en la categoría individual. Charlie.
So welcome online, welcome everyone watching on YouTube around the world. It's the second semi-final of the singles competition in this, the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2025 from very sunny and very hot Valladolid in Spain.
Y algo importante que estábamos comentando, que a diferencia de las series clasificatorias, ahora van a enfrentar un puzzle inédito. Nadie ha podido verlo, nadie ha podido hacerlo de una forma previa. Charlie, eso es esencial.
Custom puzzle, brand new. These are the first people who are going to do the puzzle. Let's see how fast they can do it. We've got 49 seconds until they can open the bags. And first, for the first time, see what the puzzle is going to be.
Voluntarios, jueces, aplauso para esta gente estupenda.
Once again, applause for our wonderful volunteers and everyone involved in the organization, working flat out against the clock and against the weather. Thanks so much.
Pues estamos a 25 segunditos de vivir ese momento de emoción, momento en el que se descubrirá cuál es la propuesta de la organización para esta segunda semifinal. Y Charlie, vamos a hacer como siempre, pues una cuenta atrás para ese minuto.
Countdown for your
10,
minutes contemplation
9,
and opening
8,
of seals.
7, 6,
5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Podéis abrir las
You can
bolsas.
open the bags.
All right, welcome to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships individual rounds
desde aquí estamos viendo el puzzle ya precioso.
Semi-final. We have a new puzzle coming out. Oh, and this is going to be gorgeous. This is a Ravensburger 500 that has not been released yet, and it has all sorts of beautiful color stripes and an Eiffel Tower right in the middle. This is going to be really exciting.
Venga, tranquilidad que todavía hay tiempo. Cuidadito a la hora de abrir las bolsas para que ninguna pieza se quede dentro de la bolsa ni vaya al suelo.
I'm Michelle Casper from the Euro Jigsaw
Todavía
Jam,
tenéis tiempo, creo que hay tiempo más que de sobra
Katrina Coleman, two-time Australian
poder
champion
abrir y no se podrá abrir
host
esa
of online
caja
competitions in
hasta
Australia.
que
So, Katrina, tell us
completemos
about
esa
the
cuenta
puzzle
atrás y se
wheel.
ponga en marcha el crono, el cronómetro.
So here we go for the star pack.
Pues ahora sí.
First, second
10,
semi-final.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ¡Adelante! ¡Suerte!
Good luck, everybody.
Let's get going.
Yeah, so Katrina, tell us about the puzzle we have.
I think this is going to be quite a fast puzzle again. There's lots of great sections of colour to work on and lots of it's going to jump out at you straight up. I think that green line through the middle, always nice to be able to split a puzzle in half, and I think that's going to be a focal point for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, this is going to be really. Did we catch the name of it on the side of it?
Paris Rainbow.
Paris Rainbow, and that makes a lot of sense because it is a rainbow color around the outside here. We're 30 seconds into this, and I'm really excited to see how fast the first couple of flips have been. We've already seen Alejandro, one of the fastest fingers around, Marcha right there, and I'm really curious what kind of pulls these puzzlers are going to make out the gate. On these unreleased puzzles, it's really difficult to say, are you going to do just the border, or are you going to go for a specific target? That yellow sun looks really nice, but it might be a little bit flat in order to try to figure out how to go. But that line work's going to be really nice between the different colors.
Absolutely. The challenge will be this top section on the left-hand side, which is basically...
Oh, there we go. Now we can see it.
So yes, this top section will be the challenge where it's still a gradient, so if you can see your gradients it's going to work quite well, but it is very light, so that'll be the challenging area for people.
Yeah, and I wonder about that Eiffel Tower. I think it's almost the case where if you get the Eiffel Tower lines, that might be easier to do because you can break it apart by color once you have those pieces and then use it as an anchor to branch out.
Yeah, a couple of options depending on whether you're a color focused or a detail focused person.
Yeah, I really like that red in the corner. I think that one's going to be done really quickly. This is little red corner, as well as where these Paris landmarks jut out into the sky. The green is the most obvious color here. It is also the longest strip, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword here. Going for the green because it pops out, but spending longer on it, and trying to find an anchor to break it down.
Yeah, I kind of, there's a lot of different tactics that you can use. For something like this, I might suggest doing a feature plus one where you pick one thing and then an addition on top of it. So if you wanted to do that green line, maybe put green and the purple, so that way you can get that long diagonal across and you get one big pull, then you get something centered, and then you work your way from there.
Yeah. And I like the fact also that the bottom section, the actual skyline section, isn't too deep.
Yeah.
So sometimes they can be quite deep and quite tricky. I think it's very reminiscent of the big tall building. I can't think what it's called. The Dubai building, is it?
The Burj Khalifa.
Yes,
something like that.
Yes, yeah, it's very reminiscent of that. But the bottom section of that is much deeper. So this shallow section, again, shouldn't be too big a challenge.
Yeah, so a beautiful puzzle. I mean, I would be happy to get this one, although I know the white and creamy parts in the top left-hand corner will be a bit tricky. However, there is a gradient because you can at least see still some dividing lines. This is really going to play to the strengths of people who love color blocks, good sections, just working section by section, not too much busy aspects here.
Yeah,
I would think this section too would also play to Kati's strengths. If she's got some piece recognition, it'll be very obvious up in that corner.
Yeah, table 23, Hannah Farthing. You can see her just jamming out to some tunes and really getting into a pace as she starts puzzling here. It looks like she did a full border pull and is going to start doing the right-hand side near that sun. That darkest red is going to be a really good pick. But you can see she's just jamming out. I can't wait to ask her later what her tune selection is going to be that's giving her this extra boost. Just a quick note, I was watching some folks. Alejandro looked like he had his flip finished and that border pulled in about 2 minutes and 39 seconds, which is absolutely bananas. Yeah. But you can see Hannah just jamming out, trying to get those green lines in, and I'm really curious how people are going to get on with this one.
Yeah, so I'm expecting to see lots of colour sorts here, sorting up front, little piles, just to clear the noise a bit. So we can see Alejandro going straight for that orange border and the sun in the background. So I'm imagining he would go then for the sun plus Eiffel Tower, just to get a bit of structure in that, to build then towards the middle of that yellow sun.
Yeah, provide a border for him there would be good.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just providing that border to fill in that yellow. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're having a little trouble with the YouTube chat right now. It seems to be locked for us, but we'll make sure to catch up with you here in a minute. At table 163 in that lower left-hand corner was Silji from Norway, doing a really good job. Is that Irina? No, I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure who that is. We'll try to get that, but they pulled that that right-hand side to try to get that sun line going. I think that's going to be where a lot of the fast puzzlers start, because that is the smallest unit of color that can give you an anchor going forward.
And when you look at those loose pieces, it stands out. It is so obvious, and you can work straight into that gradient of that orange. Perfect spot to start.
Yeah, I think that from the borders, that is the most obvious border. I think we'll see most people starting with that border, then going to the bottom line with the black and white image. Well, it's not exactly black and white, a bit more sepia toned, and then attacking the other two borders as they relate to the color that is being assembled.
Yeah, and this is let's take another look at that puzzle real quick, because you can see what we're talking about, where this lower corner is pretty small and straightforward. That sun might be a little tricky. Katrina, you've done a lot of these kinds of puzzles. What would you feel whenever this popped out if you had to do it?
If I had to do it straight away, I'd be doing it this way.
Oh, you do it like a landscape.
Yep, I would definitely do this like a landscape. Yeah, I am not a portrait person. I do struggle with portrait. The pieces seem like they're round the wrong way for me. So, and it'll be interesting to see how many people actually run it as a portrait or how many run it as a landscape. Certainly last year at the Semifinals Worlds, we had a portrait as well, and a lot of people ran that landscape style. But when there's no real definition, a little bit different when it's a natural image. Mm-hmm. So. Because you need some orientation perhaps, but it'll be interesting to see.
That makes a lot of sense. You could see table 4, that's Emma Quirke. Apologies, Emma. She was number 33 at Worlds in 2024. She's been doing absolutely fantastic in Ireland. You can see she almost has that border filled out, but instead of completing it totally, she's opting to start pulling the rest of that sun and is starting to do that line work for the Eiffel Tower. I think that piece for piece, her and Alejandro are about even right now, and it's going to start coming down to what those micro advantages are. You can see Alejandro, table 1 in the upper right-hand corner, has pulled the sun right underneath of him, and he has that really bright white corner off to his right, and so he's going to be able to switch which thing he's working on as he's sorting. It's really, really clever.
Yeah, bottom right-hand corner, we have Sivan from Israel, the only participant from Israel. Can't see what she is assembling at the moment, but it looks like she is pulling out the reds.
Yeah, getting a nice grouping there. And then at 163, again, that was Silji from Norway doing a really good job. And look at table 3, Marcia, I think that is, has the whole sun outline.
And Kati as well.
And
has
Kati
the sun
right
done.
behind at table 10. This is going to be really interesting to see the different processes. Kati getting the full sun in before working on anything else. And I think Kati is trying to get that bottom chunk done that's just the buildings right now.
I mean, that is amazing progress at 8 minutes. While some people might still have finished their flip and maybe they're just starting to do the border, she has got a huge section done. The sun is completely filled out. Yeah, looking great there, Kati.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a wild race, and I hope that our judges and the camera crew are ready to start running around, because these are going to come in fast and tight in terms of total finishes. The YouTube stream is still a little locked up right now, so we're going to try to get the comments on it here shortly. We're doing the best we can, but Alejandro is starting to work upwards out from the very bottom, trying to get the rest of the Eiffel Tower built out.
Yeah, we have some great news if you are wondering at home when you will be able to also get these puzzles. They are from the 2026 catalogue, but they will be released on September the 22nd in the Ravensburger shops from UK, US, Germany and France. So that's September the 22nd, UK, US, Germany and France. You should be able to order your own copies of these puzzles.
Yeah.
And the Aussies, you just need to have some friends in those countries. It
Yes.
helps.
Just need to have a large space in your suitcase to bring some back for friends. Yes, there are leftover puzzles. These will be available at the shop at the back to sell, and I can already see a line forming as people want to get their hands on this beautiful image.
I think next to Silji there on the right at table 164, I believe that's Luis from Spain doing a great job. But look at Marcia here. Instead of trying to do a lot of feature plus one, she just decided, I'm going to grab all of the color of one type and try to clean it out. And because she has the outline of that sun, she can then use the shape of the pieces, switching that lens to finish it up. And she just got 4 pieces in about 7 seconds. Really, really amazing work.
Yeah, it's so exciting to watch Marcia finish. I mean, I know she is an absolute pro when it comes to busy puzzles, so this is probably not the style that she is used to, but she is making excellent progress.
Yeah, Marcia hasn't competed at Worlds before, but we've seen her in a lot of other events. In the Euro Jigsaw Jams, she's always one of those folks that we need to keep an eye on, because it looks a little messy and then all of a sudden it sinks together. But she is sunbursting out from each line and starting to branch out into that next section. And I think she's starting to do that line between the orange and the pink to try to get that diagonal.
So lower left at table 62, we have Dolores Park Puzzlers, and that one is a Sky from San Francisco, also doing an amazing job there on the sun, branching into the tower. Mm-hmm. A different approach, at least at this point, has got the top left, table number 5, that's Franziska Trieber. We have a Franziska Trieber in the front row, and just behind her we have Franziska Özdemir. Both of them are from Germany. And I expect both of them to really enjoy this puzzle, but she has gone straight for the orange section. She's pulled out the yellows, but it looks like she's going to attack this section with the framing and the ironwork of the Eiffel Tower before she goes for the solids.
Yeah.
There's a lot of repetition in that Eiffel Tower too, so you sort of get to that point and you go, now what? Because it is you're trying to use those background colours to give you a bit of a guide as to which side. But a lot of repetition in there can be quite challenging and can slow quite a few people if it's not coming together really quickly. You get inside your own head a little bit as well, so managing that and controlling that's important.
And just look at the different puzzling styles that we have here. Alejandro and Francisca both have very, very rapid moving fingers. And even though the pieces might not go in right away, they're doing these micro sorts as they move around. They're kind of nudging the pieces here and there to stay on track and getting those little advantages over time. Whereas Marcia, she's doing these big clusters. She's not nudging all the pieces at once. She's grabbing just the group that she wants, setting it down, and then moving on to the next thing. She's not doing that extra little bit of sort, but she's so accurate with what she picks up, she doesn't need that extra little nudging, which is really fascinating. As we cross the 12-minute and almost 30-second line, this is some blazingly fast times.
Yeah. And as I take a look at Alejandro, he's got that bottom section filled out, the sepia-toned landmarks of Paris. We've got some statues there, but it does look very similar because it is quite monotone and it's very busy, but he's got that filled out. Looking really good there.
Yeah, and you can see the whole field here. I think that's Kati at table 10 has that lower right-hand side built out. And a lot of the rest of the tower. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly people can go through the rest of that rainbow bands. And I think a part of it is going to be how that diagonal sits on the pieces themselves.
And again, multiple pieces are going to look very similar with that repetition of that line. So locating its placement in the line. Yeah, the fastest bit's definitely that bottom corner, and then it'll be interesting to see how much they slow down after that, trying to maintain the speed.
Yeah, you can see Alejandro working from the bottom up. Now he needs to go for another pull, get some more pieces.
He's used the pink.
Or is he going to switch now to the yellows? Okay.
Yeah, and that's where, since he was doing those little micro sorts, he can get that outline early. I'll be interested to see, I think he's going to go for the rest of the building and just grab all of them and use that background gradient to finish it off pretty quickly here. Close that out, and then he can use it to squeeze from one side to the other and use a lot of shape work to try to get in there. But we might be a little ways from that.
Yeah, and this is very different to the Paris postcard. The Paris postcard is, the Eiffel Tower is significantly smaller. It only takes up maybe 15 pieces or so, whereas this is very dominating. And here you just have solid blocks, whereas the Paris postcard is covered with all kinds of specs and patterns. So a really interesting choice. I always think, how many puzzles have we seen of Paris? How many puzzles have we seen of London? But actually, I like this one because it's different.
Yeah, add that one to the Paris collection.
Yes. No, this one's a keeper for sure.
Yeah, and you can see that duplication hitting Marcia here a little bit because you have so many solid pinks that can go anywhere along that long diagonal, and that's going to be probably a good 20, probably 20, 25 pieces across that diagonal where those solid pieces could end up sitting. So the more information you can get, the better off you are. I think Alejandro might be getting those little micro advantages adding up. He finished the top of that tower in less than a minute almost, and that's going to be a huge boon. Oh, wow.
So here's Delia, and she's doing what Katrina said is actually treating it as a landscape puzzle. Nice. And she's gone for the larger section with the greens, and now extending into the other, into the main frame of the Eiffel Tower. And it looks like she's going to be, she's attacking that pink section.
Yeah. Really interesting that she's going for the full solid color, not really aiming for the rest of the Eiffel Tower, just going, this is the color that I'm working on, get that line in. Here's the next one, get that line. That's so interesting that she's doing it, and she's making a ton of progress.
She's got her eye into the shapes now, and that's most important. She's not looking for any of the details. It's just let's do this all by shape. And once you get your eye into that, it can actually work quite well.
Yeah.
We're getting a first glimpse on the bottom left. That's João from Portugal. Also, he's got a different selection. You can see that he has pulled out the border off to the side, but is not using those pieces yet. And he's going from the bottom upwards. He's pulled out all of the darker pieces and is starting at the top of the Eiffel Tower, working his way down.
Yeah, I could be making a total guess here, but I think the long green band might be around 10 to 15% of the total puzzle, just as like a rough estimate, maybe about 50 pieces or so along there, and then into the pink. So it looks like table 36. I'm sorry, I missed the name on there. Delia is pulling a lot of fast turn, and Alejandro just rotated his puzzle into that landscape mode, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good technique to do the tallest part first and then switch.
Yep. So he's used, the building, which it's much easier to do the correct way up. But now it's all about piece shape, and when it comes to piece shape, having the recognition of the landscape direction of the pieces makes it so much easier. They're a little bit wider, you're not running at portrait style, so they get your orientation wrong. Makes it much easier to quickly place those pieces in.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of the actual image, there's actually very little that has, as you say, a natural direction. And Alejandro has done all of it that we want to do, like facing up as we look at the image, and the rest it's just color blocking. So it doesn't actually matter which
direction you're in from there. No, you're right.
We're getting the first glimpse of Inge Sino from the Netherlands at table number 6. She's got her board there, placed it on the section which she has assembled, and has the pinks. That's a really great way to separate out the colours and to bring them closer is by placing them on a small board. So really good board work there, Inge.
Yeah, and you can see that I think that she has almost that full border built out. Maybe a little bit of the top edge. She's left that top left corner for later. But the rest of it she's already mapped out, and that's going to help give her a little bit of an anchor for later. Oh, it's so cool watching Alejandro work. We're crossing the 18-minute marker here in the individual semifinal of Worlds 2025, and. What times do you think we're going to see finishes on here?
I'm not a timer, but oh dear.
Oh, wow.
And I do that even on my speed puzzles Australia when I'm watching people. It's like, they'll be finished in about 8 minutes. No, it's 15 minutes. So no, I don't even try anymore. I think that if you've got some piece recognition, that top corner will be okay. If you haven't, it's going to be very slow, that top corner. So what are we at, 18, and we're probably 2/3.
Yeah, look at table 13 there in the lower left-hand side. That is indeed Marketa from the Czech Republic, an extremely strong puzzler. You can see that she's brute forced that top left corner that a lot of other people have shied away from. Hopefully that'll give her an advantage a little bit later. But she's also gone through that full sun and gone into that upper orange region, and now she's catching up a little bit. But Marketa is just this typewriter of a puzzler, just going left to right, sinking those pieces in as she grabs them. It's so cool to watch.
It's amazing to see Alejandro here already more than 50% of the image done at 19 minutes, making excellent progress here and just making it look so easy, not leaving any gaps behind.
Yeah, I think this is one of those cases where the image is really pretty and everybody gravitates towards it, but it's much more difficult than it looks.
Look what's left in his loose pieces. Once that orange peachy section's done, it is all cream and green. Mm-hmm. And getting the differentiation is going to be vitally important. And if you're stressed or you're getting the adrenaline through, sometimes that can be a little bit tricky to see. You need to calm down to actually spot the difference in the colour.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why Alejandro has probably chosen to rotate the image is because he's not standing up. He does have crutches next to him. We are used to seeing him at the Worlds in a standing, hunched over his table, but because he can't do that, he has taken the strategic position of remaining seated and just turning the image closer towards him, but looking very strong. And we're getting the first another glimpse of Kati, also at a very similar pace to Alejandro.
And you can see both Kati and Alejandro have started separating out those the things that have pink and green, that feature +1 idea, so that way you can kind of line up the diagonal. This is going to be really tricky because if the diagonal is set mostly across the center of the pieces, you're not going to be able to link them together all that easily, as opposed to if they're a little offset and you can connect those individual lines. It's really tricky depending on how the cut sits on there.
It may be, just looking at Kati's there though, it may be a little offset to the pieces, so you might have a little bit less of the green on one and a little bit more on the next, so that might be a really nice guide. It's not even through the piece by the look of that.
I think Kati is starting to take a little bit of a lead here, having gotten that green line in, and now going back and cleaning out the rest of those pinks. Kati is such an aggressive puzzler. She closes out at like a wild pace. Once she knows that there's only a chunk left, she just goes, great, I will brute force this if I have to, and is really good at using the shape work to get the rest of that in.
Yeah, Hannah in the bottom left from Finland, she is looking really strong as well. Looking at a very similar position to Alejandro and Kati. She hasn't done that pink section yet, but she has some of the left border in, and is looking really solid here at the 21-minute mark.
Yeah, I think she's moving on to cleaning up that bottom part of the Eiffel Tower, and then on to the next adventure for her. Inge at table 6 in the upper left-hand corner. She's finished up that pink band and a lot of the green. It looks like she's pulled more of it, but the bottom part of that Eiffel Tower still needs to get completed. Look, crossing the 22-minute mark here in this semifinal solo division. This is some fantastic puzzling. How do you guys think that the heat is affecting people right now? Because we're in a heat wave. It's a hot dome.
It has to be. It has to affect people. It was interesting earlier on in the day. It wasn't too bad. You sort of, once you're in the zone of puzzling, you're actually just let's just get it done. But you do feel for the people that take that little bit longer than the front runners that are in the dome for an hour plus. It would be exhausting. So the top competitors that are getting them finished 30-40 minutes, it's bad enough. But yeah, those people that are still here towards the end, it is very draining.
Yeah, I mean, even the volunteers look like they're suffering a little bit in the heat as they're waiting for the the first finishes until it gets interesting. But yes, Teresa from Czech is also doing amazing here. She's got those contrast lines in between the pink and the green section, and now it's coming in to fill in the gaps.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these puzzlers tend to either lean towards really enjoying gradients or really enjoying busy puzzles. This one's deceptive because there's not a true gradient inside of here. It's just a big chunk of line work and not a lot of places to put your hooks into. So I'm going to be really curious if how much these puzzlers enjoy this process, because it's both things that they like visually, but is really tricky to try to get through.
Yeah, I think it's going to get really interesting once that green section is done, and then everybody is left for the whites, and there's a beige and another half white, half beige.
Yeah.
So we have four strips left to do. This upper left-hand triangle, and this is where it's going to. The puzzles are really going to, show their skill at shape work.
Yeah. You can see Kati in table 10 there. She got that line from the green to that beige band and is now filling out the rest of the green. I think that's the exact the best way to do this is that you have to box in that region of solid color and then try to zipper it up. Alejandro at table 1 decided to move out of that zone for a little bit, give his eyes a rest, and finish up the rest of the border, and he could just brute force that so quickly. A lot of these puzzlers have been doing Ravensburgers for a long time, so being able to see the shape work on the edge is something they're really comfortable with.
And it looks like that block section that Kati's working on now is actually only a one piece wide. So once you get those edges in, it is just one piece through that section. It's not 2 or 3 pieces deep. So that makes it a little bit easier when you're working with your shapes.
I don't quite have the name for the person in the upper left hand. It's Marquetta. Oh, it is Marquetta. Thank you. That's so exciting. She has the full border built out, a huge chunk of that orange. There's some bottom of the Eiffel Tower left to do, but she is getting so much of that green line work ready to roll. I hope that she's going to be able to catch up. Her fingers are moving so fast. This is amazing.
I love your description of it, typewriter style, because it's exactly what it looks like. It's this little tap, 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 isn't it? It's wonderful.
Yeah. And yeah, you can see Kati. We were debating this earlier, putting pieces on the puzzle. I think this is a case where, because the color difference is so distinct, you're a little safer doing it here than you would be on some other puzzles.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm not one for putting the pieces on top, particularly if it's blurring the color, but absolutely in this instance I would, yes.
Oh, wow. You can see Teresa trying to get that diagonal line in, that same idea of feature plus one, get one primary feature plus one additional thing, and then build it out so that way you can box more things in. This is a really deceptively tricky puzzle. I think we might be able to see a finisher around 33 minutes, probably a little faster depending on how the next couple lines go, but we'll see what the distinction is between the next two bands as these puzzlers continue.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a type of puzzle that, I mean, you can start in different places, but the middle is very similar, and I doubt that we'll see anyone not finish in that top-hand corner. I would be very surprised if we cut to another puzzler in there leaving the sun for last or something like that. So it's very easy to track progress here side by side. Normally it's a lot more difficult because people have got different gaps left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Kati is running into the lead here, but Teresa is making excellent progress. If she can really put on the thrusters to get the rest of that green line in, she might be able to do some catch up. I know that she is really good at being able to get that border in once she gets her eyes fixated on it.
I know we're concentrating a lot on these for front runners, but I'm just having a quick glance out over at the other tables, a few tables back, and the progress to this point is pretty much right up to that peachy colour. Everybody's sort of got there relatively quickly, so that's good to see. And this will be the test of their puzzling skills, like you say, this next section.
Yeah. Yeah, look at how quickly Marquetta at table 13 in the upper left-hand corner, she got that line in and immediately went back to get those greens. I think switching away from something that's going a little slowly can be a huge advantage, because then you can come back with a little bit of success, I think of it.
Yeah, a bit of fresh eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just saw there Kati trying to fit that border together. There was something didn't quite fit, and then how easily that pieces slide. These you got to be quite careful with the texture of this white board, that you don't put too much pressure, otherwise it can just slip away from under your fingers.
Oh yeah, that's really tricky. We know that Ravensburger has the famous blue puzzle dust. I'm not seeing a ton of it on the tables right now. Because I was thinking a little bit, like, would the blue kind of blend in with the pieces a little bit and maybe cause a snag, but it doesn't seem to be the case on this one.
No, you're right. It was definitely there for the Lake Como, the first of the heats. It was very obvious in that cut, but this one, you're right, there doesn't seem to be a lot of puzzle dust.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is the type of image where you don't, apart from that bottom section, you don't need to look at the box. You know, you could pretty much take the top boxes and throw them away and it wouldn't make any difference. There's just a very, simple design here that they can just follow without having to check the box.
And check out Alejandro and Kati. Kati finished up that green line and started to get that next bit of beige, but Alejandro is so quick. He put that border line in. I think that's going to give him an advantage getting the rest of the shape work knocked out. This is going to be a really close battle. I think he's catching up here. And he already sorted out the next section.
Yes.
Like, those are the little micro advantages that start adding up over the long course of 500 pieces. We're coming up at the 29-minute mark. For folks that were guessing this might be right at 30 minutes, I'm not sure that you're going to hit that line, but under 35 is definitely possible here.
And they just make it look so easy. But if you have a Ravensburger and you try to do a solid section, it's tricky. You know, like, this is. They are going completely on their knowledge of the shapes and just looking at how fast they rotate. And they're not even shape sorting as such. They're just trying.
It's just your ability to find the variation in the knob section of the pieces or the angle of the cut, and your ability to actually spot that as fast as you can.
Big move from Kati right there.
Yeah.
She got the lines between the next two chunks of beige, and then she rotated the puzzle to finish up the edge. I think she's going to be able to crush this out. Kati and Alejandro are really, really close here. I wouldn't put money on either one because they're both fantastic puzzlers, and this is going to be really close. We saw a second ago Hannah at table 12 in the upper left-hand corner wiping sweat off of her forehead. We've seen some puzzlers, they put their arm on the pieces, and then whenever they pick it up, the pieces are stuck to their arm right now. So being technically sound and not dragging around on the table is going to be a huge boon for people. And look, Alejandro got that whole line in just about 30 seconds, and now he's going to brute force the rest of it. Kati and Alejandro are about even. Alejandro's already has that chunk sorted, and I think Kati is trying to do some shape work, but it's a little tricky in that region. And look at Teresa in the lower left.
As well.
Yep. Yeah, all of them have done exactly what you were saying, which is a brilliant move. I think a lot of people get stuck in the idea of, I've set the puzzle up this way, so I'm going to finish it this way.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's a really good point. I really like that you mentioned that, Katrina, that, even though it's a portrait puzzle, you don't need to do it in that orientation. But, do the most dominant section and then rotate to fill in the blanks.
And we just had another big flip from Alejandro. He switched it upside down, so that way he has easier access. This is very similar to how you would do a circle puzzle sometimes, where you rotate it around. He flipped the entire puzzle so he has easier access, and now he's finishing up that middle beige. He is catching up to Kati from a pretty decent deficit earlier. They're now within about 8 or 9 pieces of each other.
And that colour differentiation may be a little more obvious when you're actually doing the puzzle, because they look like to come together quite noticeably. But when you're looking at all that beige and green in the pile, it was very difficult from our angle to actually pick out the changes. So you can see Alejandro there focusing intently, trying to find the next darkest section, and you can just make it out there, I suppose. There are some that are a little bit darker, which are going to make that next run. You can
barely. It's barely visible, that line.
If you have a look at what he's pulled, you can see the difference between what he's got left is really white compared to what he's got. He's actually working on that third one in.
Oh, and Kati already has it.
That line, so she's noticed that line. Yep.
Katrina, you've done these kinds of competitions. What does it feel like whenever the cameras are on you and you know that you're close to finishing?
I think the cameras come and go, so it's actually not. It's not such a. It's not necessarily something that you would, once you've been doing these competitions for a little while, that distracts you so much. You know you're getting close, and you're just trying to keep calm to get those pieces in, because if you panic, you just can't see anything. So you must stay calm. But they come and go, and these front runners, they're all going to be expecting the cameras to be there. So it's not going to be not really going to challenge them, I wouldn't think.
This is really impressive. You can see Inga up at table 6 there, getting the rest of the border done. I really love the decision to switch gears every so often to try to give your eyes a rest and then come back a little bit stronger. Teresa has that full border and maybe about 2 strips remaining and a little bit of that dark beige to finish up as a brute force. But this is between Alejandro and Kati, and I think Kati has a piece advantage right now and might be able to accelerate into the rest of the close.
She has that one blocking in that top corner, and that's sort of going to split that into like with their three sections.
But I think Alejandro has a better sort, so he may have gotten that little bit of advantage. Yeah, look at him. Since he's already pulled those out, he knows exactly where they're going to go. They're going to go opposite. I think Kati's going for that upper left-hand corner first.
Yeah. And it would come back to piece recognition for Kati in that corner, more so than the colour.
Oh, we are going to come down to the wire here. Alejandro finishes that last little set. I think he has about 20 pieces written. He has made up so much time versus Kati. Kati losing a little bit of ground because she wasn't able to quite discern those two things, but she is doing absolutely amazing. Getting this done under 35 minutes is bananas. We're crossing the 34-minute line as we come into the semifinal round.
This is going to be so close. So tight.
Man. Oh, and Kati finished it. Now she only has to brute force that in. And Alejandro has a little bit of ambiguity left. Kati might be able to brute force this if she can get the physicality going. She can typewriter the rest of it. We're coming up on 34-16. Is she going to be able to pull this off and take first in the semifinal?
You can hear the crowd murmur. They know how close this is.
Oh, this is close. Kati's starting to pull away. Yeah, that little bit of ambiguity may have cost Alejandro, but Kati is doing amazing right here. Look, is she going to be able to get this under 35 minutes? I really hope so. There's only 4 pieces remaining. Rotates them in. Just go a little fast. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Congratulations, Kati. First place in the semifinal.
Absolute superstar.
Such an impressive performance here.
It is so hard to get mid-30s on a puzzle that you've done 10 times, let alone on a puzzle that you've never seen before.
And Alejandro is accelerating in the end. He only has 3 pieces remaining. 2. Can he get that last one in? There it goes.
Yes.
35-10. Absolutely phenomenal time on this unpublished Ravensburger puzzle.
Oh, he looks so pleased. And here comes Teresa, possibly in the running for 3rd place. She's got that dividing line filled out, and just trying to differentiate between those 2 colors. Looks like she's going to go for the upper triangle first.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it depends on how the lighting is sitting on those pieces, whether you can see the lighter ones a little bit easier or a little bit more of the beige. But Teresa is doing absolutely fantastic here. You know, we say it all the time. They are making this look easy. The box usually says like 3 years plus, and this is well under that marker. Oh, and there's Marquetta. Look at how she's pulled off a chunk of that border, and as soon as she connects it, she'll be able to use a little bit more of the shape. But she's doing a fantastic job here. I think she's going to be able to get under 40 minutes here too. Wow, yeah, she's starting to do that little bit of color sorting, the feature
bring
plus
that
one.
edge in.
There's Delia from the Netherlands. I think her and Marcha are about even. Maybe, probably about even right now. And there's Inga.
So we've got 3 strong Dutchies coming up to the close. Inga's using her board to separate the pieces out.
Yeah.
Teresa is coming in strong here. But we can also see at the tables behind, a lot of other people have done at least up to the pinks and the Eiffel Towers.
Oh, this is going to be so exciting. I really hope that the camera folks are they're going to do their best to try to catch everybody, but I think this is going to be so tight that we might miss a few finishes. Just as a heads up to folks, we are rooting for everybody here. Inga in the upper left hand corner, Delia in the upper right, Teresa in the lower left, and Marketa in the lower right. This is going to be a really tight race coming into the finish. Marketa and Teresa are a pair partner, and they are neck and neck right now. I wonder if they have bragging rights kind of conversations, but they are most likely rooting for each other to get the next spot, to be the fastest that they can possibly be on the day. This is really exciting.
Yeah, so Teresa has also rotated her puzzle so that she's got that top corner, the closest to her.
Yeah, shaving off that extra little distance goes a long way. Being able to see the pieces a little bit closer and see that the differences a little bit easier. Oh yeah, now anything she picks up can go in. She can brute force it the rest of the way here. There's only 4 pieces remaining. 3. Oh, I miscounted. Now there's 2, 1, and Teresa gets in under 38. Congratulations, Teresa. Very well done. Fantastic. And I know some competitors, when they start hearing the clapping, that adrenaline hits, and it kind of knocks them off their game. Katrina, how would you stay focused whenever you start hearing that?
Yeah, it is really challenging, particularly if you're thinking you're going really, really well, and then you hear the clap and you're like, oh, and you look and you go, oh, I'm not actually going as well as I thought I was. So trying to maintain that sprint to the finish, as I say, very important. And it's like, nope, I'm going really well. Keep going.
Yeah.
And just sprint to the finish, because every second counts when you're at this level.
Yeah, we just got the glimpse of Nina in the bottom left-hand corner. Nina from Germany. She's also doing an amazing job there, coming up to the last triangle.
Yeah, this is really exciting. And I want to remind folks, these are some of the fastest puzzlers in the world, and they're closing in on the 40-minute mark. Absolutely amazing here. And give us just a second. I think we have somebody that would like to chat for a moment.
Yes, so Katrina is stepping out. We just thank Katrina. Thanks so much for joining us. And joining us now we have Kati from Germany.
Hello.
Oh,
hi.
Yes, fanning yourself with a Ravensburger table box
Very
holder.
necessary.
congratulations, Kati.
Thank you.
How does it feel to put up such an amazing time?
I feel great, especially after the preliminary round. I didn't feel well, and then now I took some time to focus and get in the zone, and I prepared myself mentally for this round very better, and I'm happy that it worked out.
Yeah, it looked like this straight out of the gate that you were in the zone and you just had a plan and you just went for it, and you really sped up at that last triangle there of those beige and whites. Tell us how it is. How was the differentiation?
Within those triangle whites, the third one that is closer to the darker beige is differentiable, but the other ones just look the same, so I treated them as one color. And I'm happy that I know the piece cut of the Ravensburger so well, because that helped a lot. Especially, I think that corner here is one of the areas that I know best, so that helped me a lot.
Yeah, if you really know where the 3s and 4s sit, it helps a lot. And Delia is coming in for a finish at the 40:33 mark. Congratulations, Delia. Absolutely fantastic time.
Yeah, Delia was in the top. Delia was in the top 10 2 years ago. She didn't come last year because her daughter was getting married, but she is back and showing us exactly what she can bring to it. So have you been practicing any solid colors? I guess we don't have so many puzzles with solid blocks.
No, not really. I haven't practiced it, but I think studying the piece cut is kind of what you consider practicing solid color puzzles. So that's what I've done within the last 2 weeks.
Look at Marketta's hand speed here coming into the close. She's just grabbing a piece and throwing him in. Marketta and March are neck and neck here, but I think Marketta's going to pull it out. There it goes. Congratulations, Marketta. And there's Marcha just behind, only a few seconds difference. You know, sometimes whenever it's that close, it can even come down to just a few more pieces being face down in the pile from the start to unwind it.
Or how long it takes you to open the bag.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Kati, tell us a little bit about what you mean about studying the cut. What is, because not everybody listening is really familiar with that kind of thing.
Well, first of all, I think it's not for everyone. I think it's only if you have the shape memory, I would say. Like, I do remember some pieces by shape, and I think if you have that, you can try to get to the point that you know where these specific pieces go in the puzzle. And that's what I tried to do. And then I also intensified it a bit because I drew the lines of the whole cut on my iPad, and then I colored the different shapes, and then, yeah, just to get it in my subconsciousness. I don't know if it worked.
I mean, it clearly did work, well, right?
Yeah.
which is phenomenal, and the dedication that it takes to figure out a new way to puzzle faster is really, really interesting. I think that's cool. Oh yeah, we have Inga coming into the close here. You can see that she could smell the end. I always like it when that shot of adrenaline hits, and you know that they can do it and get it done under 43. Congratulations, Inga. Phenomenal finish, and you can see the heat taking a beating on
so
everybody.
Hot in here.
Nina coming into the close. What sort of advice might you have, Kati, for puzzlers that are wanting to get a little better, trying to work on things? What sort of thoughts do you have?
I always say strengthen your strengths and try to learn from the strengths of others. Like, I always didn't. I never did the edges, and I always also never sorted them. But my team members told me to try it because it helps them a lot. And then I gave it a chance, and that helped. So talking about strategies with others is something that helped me. And also try to use everything that you have already done. Like, for example, with this puzzle, if you start with the red and then do the white, you don't use the puzzle pieces that you have already done. So it's always good to try to connect to the things that are assembled.
No, that's really cool. Sometimes we call that sunbursting, of starting in one place and then radiating away from it, as it were. It's really, really cool. We can see Hannah coming into the finish. I think there's maybe about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe about 15 pieces. But who's this at 110, 111? Gonna try to find the name here.
I think it's table 11, Anna Kazana from Poland.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There it is. I think some people are excited, including Anna.
A huge Polish contingent are standing next to the commentating desk.
They're apologizing. I don't think they have anything to apologize for. I'm always excited whenever the community is excited for their friends. Very, very well done, and huge congratulations to Anna.
Yeah, well, thanks so much.
Sorry. One more Easter egg for this puzzle, or something I noticed that you might not notice from the box, because the lines on the top right corner are a little bit different shades than on the left from the Eiffel Tower. So that's something, if you ever try it at home, you can use that.
That makes a lot of sense. I did want to ask, does your mascot have a name?
In fact, it's not my mascot because I lost mine in the round earlier.
And congratulations to Hannah that just finished.
So this one I borrowed from Anime, Puzzle Unicorn. So yeah, I hope I will find mine.
We'll keep an eye out. For him. But really, congratulations. Is there any parting words that you have for the puzzle world?
Enjoy puzzles, and not in this heat. Yeah.
Ideally. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations, Kati.
Thanks, Kati.
Oh man, and people are starting to really roll into the finishes here.
Franziska Treba from Germany coming up to the close. She did fantastic in the individual prelim earlier today, and here she is doing an amazing job.
Yeah, I really like how she's using both of her hands to kind of nudge the pieces around, figure out where they're going to go. You can see that she's really using the shape work of the piece in order to figure out which ones she wants to work on. That way, it makes life a little bit easier. You're only testing the ones that you know have that kind of pattern. Is it a 3-prong or is it a 4-prong? And that helps you nudge it a little bit.
Oh, no.
And a gasp through the crowd. And this is what I was talking about, the heat causing that sweat, making the little connections a little awkward. But she's going to be able to finish strong here. Congratulations. And here comes Emma Quirk as well, coming into the close, trying to grab the rest of those pieces. Everything can be brute forced at this point, and she gets it right under the 47-minute line. Congratulations, Emma.
Yeah, we just saw Hannah walk past in bare feet because who wants to wear shoes in this temperature? Yeah, and what happened with Francisca, her fingers just got stuck to the pieces, and as she lifted her fingers away, she ended up bringing some of the corner away with her. It didn't seem to slow her down. She was able to place it back and then finish strongly. So here's Susanna from Poland.
Doing a really good job. I think a lot of puzzlers are taking that same tactic, and I will be shocked as shocked as you are if there is a puzzler that started in that upper left-hand corner and decided to go the other direction.
Yeah, I really like what Kati says, which is use what you've got. Don't start with one color at the other side of the build and then hop over to the other puzzle. You can't use those connections. So I think most of these puzzles are pretty experienced, and they are using that experience to build out towards the hardest part.
And here's Anna Gill at table 16. Only has those the 2 regions left, that long line in the middle that needs to get brute forced, and then that upper left-hand corner. She's doing an excellent job here. And you can see that she has her pieces on the right-hand side and building on the left. That extra little distance can add up a little, but she's doing a fantastic job here.
And here's Caitlin from Australia, leaning in, getting really close. Yeah, so that's what, if you have your final section on the other side of the table, you do really need to bend over and strain your back. So we did see most of the top puzzlers rotate just to get that edge closer to them. But this is not, it looks like she's just got a few more pieces and really just closing in, boxing it in, and getting those last piece shapes. Doing a fantastic job there.
I love that move of having that floating piece in the middle and then taking it out. Being able to clear your view is wonderful.
Oh, here comes Veronica from Slovakia. Fantastic.
Congratulations, Veronica.
Snuck in there just under our nose.
Under the 49-minute line. Absolutely wonderful puzzling. Oh, and it looked like an extra piece in there.
Yeah. Good job, Caitlin. So joining us here at the table, we have Emma Quirk from Ireland.
Hi,
congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a million. It was a tough puzzle. Yeah, I thought at the start it'd be okay. I thought it was going to be a bit gradient, but it wasn't. It was just blocks of colour.
Yeah, is that something that you've been training or preparing for?
Not really, no. But no, it was good. It was a nice puzzle.
Zuza finishing strong there.
And here's Alina from Germany.
Yeah, we were talking to Kati earlier. There's no real gradient between the color bands.
No,
is there?
not at all. There was kind of a line between them that you could do, so that helped. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
A lot of white at the end as well.
Yeah.
And what do you tell yourself when you're encountering the hardest part? Do you have anything to keep yourself motivated or to make it a bit easier?
Keep going and get it done faster. Be finished faster then. Yeah.
Oh no, it's really it's so impressive to be able to do that. Were you thrown off by the temperature or by people shouting or anything like that, or were you just so locked
Definitely
in?
very hot in here.
Okay.
Yeah, like we're all sweating, I think. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good buzz around, good atmosphere.
Is this the kind of puzzle you normally gravitate towards?
Not really, no. But no, it was a good puzzle anyway. It's nice to try something different too.
And are you someone who did the puzzle in the portrait orientation, or did you rotate your image at all to get it a bit closer to you?
No, I did it. Portrait, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's a difference too, because we normally don't do them that way, but I think I kind of just followed the picture this time. Yeah.
Oh, and there's Francisca Ozdemir from Germany. Fantastic at the 51-minute mark. So this is a very tricky puzzle, and people are definitely slowing down as they reach that final section, and it is a bit unmotivating seeing that there's just so many pieces just of all one color. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky to try to force that. We talked to Kati about using like the shape the cut of Ravensburger to practice and study a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you done like shape work, like really mapping out how those pieces sit, or memorizing cut or anything
not
like
at
that?
all.
Okay.
I just go purely off colour, because I know a lot of people have learnt off some of the sections, and I suppose it would help for something like this, definitely. But I think it's more fun to go off the colour. Maybe not faster though.
This is so exciting. Do you have any advice for puzzlers that might be coming in on this last corner section?
I think just keep trying, yeah. Just don't slow down and just keep, trying all the pieces and you'll make them fit.
There we go. Congratulations.
So we just had Gisela from Spain, and here's another Spanish competitor, Ana Gil.
Well, we don't want to hold you too much, and I'm sure you want to drink a water, so we'll let you get going, Emma.
Thanks
Congratulations again.
Bye.
Thanks so much, Emma.
Yeah, I can see the box.
Want this box?
Yeah.
Oh,
and here comes Amelia Lieberman coming into the close, getting those last two pieces, and can she rotate it? Congratulations, Amelia. 52-33 it looked like, and you can see she is just so stoked to be completed and getting that air. This is really exciting, seeing all these finishers roll in. This is a tough puzzle, so you're going to see those times really staggered out, I think.
Oh, you can see everybody is just Lena Beata has also done it. Congratulations from Norway. So joining us at the table, we have Delia Kietman from the Netherlands.
Hello everyone, I hope you're having fun watching. I had much fun with this puzzle. So I'm still a bit in shock how well it went. So
yeah. Oh, finishers are rolling in. We just saw Flavie from France. Oh, it's just jumping around here. Another finisher from Sweden. Nate from France.
Yeah, and here's table 15, Nathan from France. Very well done.
Oh, that looks like Devon from Canada. So you've had 2 years break from the World Championship.
Yes.
How was it to be back?
it's so much fun to be back. But I was very nervous because the preliminary, I wasn't puzzling well. I was like, I made the wrong choice, and what am I doing here? And when I sat down, I said, I just hope it's a nice puzzle. And then I opened the box and I thought, I can do this. This is just brute force. And I can do brute force. But this I didn't expect. It was like, well, I think you saw me yelling. I don't know where that came from, but it was probably very deep.
Did you use a shape sort, or were you just picking up random and
I
rotating?
shape sorted immediately because it saves so much time. Because it's just a small area, and if you shape sort, you have to only go to like 10 pieces, and then you have the correct one. So I think it's very wise to use shape sorting at this puzzle.
Oh yeah.
And I also did it like not the normal way up, but the sideways, because I thought it doesn't matter. It's just stripes. So.
Yeah. Oh, I love the scene. One competitor fanning the other one, trying to give a little bit of support here.
Oh, Jana
Yeah,
here, so close, and she's really making use of that blackboard. Great job, Jana.
Congratulations, and congrats to Suzanne for giving a little bit of a fanning aid.
And Maria Rusnikova from Slovakia also doing a fantastic job here. So what would your pick be for the final? What would be your perfect puzzle to your strengths?
Landscape, definitely. And no collage, busy puzzles, I'm really bad at those.
Keely from Australia finishing.
I just want to like a really true Ravensburger puzzle, where what they started with and what I've been doing my whole life. So that would be nice, but I'm not counting on it.
That's really fun. What do you think is your puzzling superpower? I've been asking some of the top puzzlers about that.
That's a good question. I think I can stay calm, but I don't think I can be as fast as the top puzzlers, because, well, let's face it, I'm older. that's a handicap. So, but I think my strength is like, well, the brute force, and I'm very good at sorting. So seeing the colors.
And we just had a finish from Carolyn Schöneis from Germany, fantastic, and Maria Rusnikova. Great job.
Oh, so coming in, I think this is a Latvian player.
Yeva from Latvia.
Congratulations.
Oh, and a puzzle picker.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you stay motivated when you have a harder puzzle, if you get a puzzle that's not necessarily your style?
In the final, I just will go, well, I think I have to do it and I'll do my best. And then if it's a preliminary, I'll just, well, let's get through this and I hope I'll make it. So, yes, that's what I was expecting to happen now, but, well, I was lucky with this puzzle. But motivation is hard because once you're stuck, you start doubting yourself. And it's very hard to get back into the flow. So, yeah, what do you do? I don't know. If there was a secret, well, I would like to know.
And do you feel intimidated after your 2-year break that you've seen so many people get faster in the meantime?
No, well, I'm sure I will not be the same place last 2 years ago. And I don't mind because I know they are better. But I want to do the best I can do. So I really like everyone's doing so great. And then I think, well, I wish I could do that, but well, if I can't, no problem at all.
I love that mentality. Like, it really is about you and you against the puzzle, not you against other people.
You have to beat yourself.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. I think that's a Netherlands finisher.
Oh, look
there.
at Jesse. He is just dripping with sweat. He is.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone is struggling here.
164. I think that's Luis from Spain that just finished. Yeah, everybody's melting a little bit, us included. I am drenched.
I appreciate you coming to drop by, but yeah.
Go
Please cool yourself off. And,
yes, I did, but I'm still very red. It's just the way I am.
Congratulations, Martin. Very well done. Yeah, we're all sweating a little bit.
And Mariana singing herself to the finish line.
Everyone is doing the beige part
Stop.
last.
2 pieces missing, call time.
Do the thing. Yeah, if there's a missing piece, there's a 5-second penalty.
Thank you so much, Delia.
Thank you, Delia.
Iris coming up to the finish. She has rotated hers at a diagonal just to get that extra closeness and be on top of it. Lara is also doing an amazing job. Yes, puzzle pickup with 2 missing pieces for Mariana.
Go. Very well done. Yeah, it's so... Lots of cheering. It's so interesting to see how many puzzlers that are so excellent at gradients are hitting this wall with this flat pattern. I think that this is going to be a really interesting way to see slowdown.
And Frugi.
Let's go, Frugi! Table 38.
Good job, Frugi. High fives and hugs from the neighbor.
There's a lot of puzzlers right now that are just hoping to survive to the next round. Like, their goal is to just make it into the finals. We're going to take 60 competitors from this round into the next, and it's right now we know that there's at least 13 finishers under the 50-minute line. So there's lots of room at the top. So I encourage everybody to keep going, even though this is hard.
Yeah, and good job, Molly. And just a reminder, the time limit for the semi-final is 75 minutes. So as we come up to the hour, the folks might be starting to feel the pressure as 15 minutes starts to run down.
And there's Kyle Kosen finishing. Congratulations, Kyle. Kyle's one of the puzzlers from the US. He does a lot of Twitch streaming, and so you can see his puzzling there. And Iris finishes. Congratulations. The big sigh of relief.
And the table behind, Stefan from Austria has also completed.
Well done. No, I love seeing the whole puzzle community supporting each other in these adverse conditions of being so hot. A little bit of rotation. I'm sure that after puzzling for an hour, that fatigue sets in, and just being able to manipulate our hands to get it finished. Lisa from Austria. Oh, that was scary.
Good job, Stefan. Oh, here we go. Another one.
Another puzzle, but yes. Congratulations.
All smiles here. I'm really happy to see how happy people are to finish this one.
And a lot of people are finishing in under an hour. But I think we might have some qualifiers into the finals that'll go over an hour. And that's not saying that those puzzlers are slow. It's saying that this is a tough puzzle. You know, even the top 13 were all up in the up under 49. Ooh, really quick finish there. Congratulations. Everybody fanning just a little bit. The room is starting to clear out from front to back, little by little. Just enjoying for a moment the ambient cheers of people rooting each other on as they come into the finish of a pretty tough puzzle here. Oh, somebody finished in the lower corner. That was impressive. I didn't catch the name there.
Oh, I think that might be Jigsaw from Portugal.
Mm-hmm. Close it out. Congratulations.
Yes, good job.
We're coming up on an hour and 2 minutes, so our competitors are going to have, not that about 10 minutes plus 3 left. Congratulations, both finishers. Now we're starting to have them rolling. And if you're in the chat, we can't really. It's been a little jumpy, but give a huge shout out to the camera crew and to the volunteers who are running around in this heat, trying their best to keep everybody on the stream, and so that way you can cheer for the people that you know. There's Soraya from Spain finishing strong. Congratulations, Soraya. One of the top Spain puzzlers, and a lot of folks, they just want to make it into the final. So the exact time, you always want to do the best you can, but just getting the puzzle done, getting into that next round is huge.
Yeah, so we're looking at the top 60 participants making it through to the final. Looks like that is over. We do have more than 60 finishes at this point. Mm-hmm. So at this stage, people just want to finish and just do a good job for themselves.
Absolutely. Kyle giving a little wave. Big hearts. Yeah, you can hear the murmur in the crowd as folks try to sneak away to get a little bit of fanning going. And this is another puzzler who rotated the puzzle to the side so that way they can be able to get those last 6 pieces or so in. Come on, you could do it. Keep it in under an hour 4. We believe in you.
Oh, I think this might be Alison from New Zealand.
Yep, working in that top corner. A lot of people, their backs start hurting towards the end of these competitions because they've been in this awkward lean for so long.
Secret little hand wave there.
Little nose flute.
Oh, good job, everybody.
There we go.
Fantastic. Alison from New Zealand at her first World Championship.
Very well done. Oh, Kyle Kosen there in the tie-dye shirt on the left. He wore that specifically so that way his mom could see him on the stream. So hi to Kyle's mom, and he also says hi to you too. I know that he can't say it right now. But just little notes about that.
All right, doing a great job there, Madara. Come on, you can do this. Madara from Latvia.
Yeah. Can she keep it under an hour 5? Oh, big slap of finish there.
From one of our youngest competitors. Fantastic.
Yeah, apologies. We're not able to call out all of the names because we're not seeing the numbers. It's a little tricky, but we are rooting for all of them. If you could see them in the chat, put their names in there so that way you can cheer for them later and they know that you were here.
Yeah, Yamina from Colombia is doing a fantastic job, who lives in Spain, and she also has a blog all around. Yeah, I think it's Chronicles Puzzleros. Excuse my Spanish. She lives here in Spain, and she loves to share the love of puzzles, and she's a fantastic networker.
And table 99 here, this is Mantas from Lithuania, has about 6 pieces remaining. Oh, and a missing piece.
Madara under the table.
Do the dive.
Oh, she's still missing one in the top corner.
There's another one missing.
Top edge. Call it.
Where's it going to be? Oh, is it inside the bag?
Well done, Yamina. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and I think she called time, but congratulations. Got that puzzle done. Another strong finish from Mantas. Lithuania, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, these puzzlers are all now fighting to just get this done under the hour and 15 deadline. Are they going to be able to pull it off? I certainly hope so.
A little jiggy there, Jigsaw jiggy from Eloise.
I've noticed over time that
Yes.
The finishing excitements have really grown. People doing dances or different signs to the camera. It's really fun to see the ways people celebrate.
Nice job from a Chewy fan there. Yeah. Friendly hugs there from the neighbor.
Oh man, I wonder how many. I wonder if we can clear the room with a puzzle this hard. It's going to be cutting it close, I think. Yeah, for those of you playing at home, sometimes one of the ways that we can tell that a puzzle is pretty difficult is if you look at the spread of the finishes. Because if they're all on top of each other, everybody is about the same speed, and there's not a lot of snags. But whenever it really gets spread out, you know that it was a tough puzzle and people had to really grind through it.
Well done. Sorry, we didn't catch a name there on the pink shirt. Oh, but here's another finisher. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, and this is about the time where you really want to dig deep and change the lenses in order to keep going and find that last little bit.
Our fantastic Maria Indranal from Spain.
Be able to finish strong. There's only about 8 minutes remaining.
The pressure is on, the heat is on, and we want as many of these people to finish as possible. We're rooting for everybody here, but the room is still, a lot of puzzlers are going right from the middle up towards the back. Yeah, it is. This is a tricky puzzle. Solid colors, and especially that upper left-hand corner. It's tough.
Yeah, I think that's. That was 31. I think that was Therese from Sweden. Oh, and a little dance from 104. I think that's Lucie from France. Congratulations, Lucie. We're just as excited as you are, I think. Yeah, that is Therese from Sweden. Closing it out, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces remaining and 7 minutes to do it in. You'll be able to pull it off. Congratulations. Yeah, there's so many puzzlers that are coming into this final bit of close. Are they going to be able to do it? I really hope so. Just got to find that last gear and start telling yourself, I can do it. I can get this done. A lot of puzzlers, once they hit like 35, 40 minutes, they start feeling that fatigue kick in. So I can only imagine puzzling for an hour and change in this heat with all the distractions. Congratulations, Therese. Oh, and a great puzzle pickup. You're hearing the cheers all around.
Petya from Bulgaria.
Getting ready to close it out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 10 pieces. 6 minutes remaining. This is very doable, but it's so hard to find that gumption. Sometimes the best solution whenever you're hitting that wall is to just take a second, close your eyes, breathe. That investment in resetting yourself can sometimes make the big difference in finishing strong and making sure you beat the deadline.
Oh, it's great to see a few more finishes here. Oh, and Petya, congratulations.
Very well done. Yeah, we're going to be coming in close here for several people, but I see several judges that have their hands up, which is usually the signal that people are getting close to finishing and trying to summon the camera crew over. So this is going to be really, really tight coming into the end.
Yeah, is this possibly Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good job on the back row. Yeah, it's really nice. We're seeing some of the people in the back row finish.
Absolutely fantastic job. Doing a puzzle in under an hour 15 is really, truly impressive. And we're at the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship, so we have some of the top puzzlers in the world in this heat right now, and they're all doing a wonderful job.
Oh, congratulations, Rachel. Oh, she's got her wet cloth there. Oh, I think we all need one of those.
Judge Daphne trying to remind folks in the last couple seconds to wave at the camera, even though they're a little disoriented.
Yes, more finishes. This is what we like to see. Get to get some more done.
We're gonna have 4 minutes and about 10 seconds remaining. Michelle, that's number 94. Let me double check that. That's Jai Lu from China. Fantastic finish. And that's Rohan from India, finishing strong under the hour 15 line. Congratulations, Rohan. I love that shirt. Puzzling is my sport. It certainly is.
So I'll tell you some fun facts about Rohan. He holds the record in India for the largest puzzle. He has completed the 42,000 puzzle from Educa, which is being displayed at a children's museum in Bombay. And he's 16 years old, and he is working with an NGO to use puzzle games for underprivileged children whose parents are in prison. He volunteers his time designing puzzle games and spending time, and so a really fine young man, Rohan from India.
You know, it might be really hot in here, but Rohan is super cool. That is phenomenal. Oh, can I see the puzzle real quick? People are asking about the artist. Who they were a while. Is that the artist? Yeah.
Oh, and Chris from Australia. She's so nice. She's always out here volunteering. Very noticeable. And Nadia from Indonesia. Congratulations. She is thrilled.
And more finishers. I'm gonna make a quick note about the puzzle here. Again, the puzzle is called Paris Rainbow, and it's by Florent Bodart. And you can see their art at florentbodart.com. That's FLORENTBODART.com.
So coming up to just under 2.5 minutes left. Here's Rafa from Spain. Congratulations. One of the Australians. Super thrilled to just have completed.
Excellent job. Ross from the UK coming into the last handful of pieces. There's 2 minutes remaining. If you're 20 pieces away, you could get 10 pieces in each minute and beat this cutoff. So many people are so close; they're going to be able to do it. We hear cheering for another person. Oh, they just got to brute force it. It's so close. There's no ambiguity left. Just switch your eyes into shape mode, so that way you can start looking for those pieces that have 3 prongs, or sometimes called the crown, or the one that's a chair, the 2 prongs that are adjacent to each other, and looking for those gaps. Congratulations to Ross, finishing under the deadline. We're coming up on the hour and 14-minute mark here, so there's not a lot of time left.
And congratulations, Delphine from Luxembourg. Also one of the few Luxembourgish competitors here. Fantastic job.
I'm looking around the room, and there are so many people here that are still cheering everybody on, even though it's hot. There's going to be about 1 minute remaining. Can this individual get into there? I really hope so. Oh, and a puzzle pickup gone awry. But they're going to be able to do it. I really hope so. There's about 15 pieces remaining and 45 seconds left to do it.
And we've got Jean-Francois, known as Jeff from Belgium. Fantastic. He's having a great time.
And just get as many pieces as you can together, because the 30-second warning has been giving out. More pistol pickups happening.
Can we do it? Yes, we can. Come on,
get
we can get another
those last 3
finish.
pieces.
We can
Come
do
on,
it.
2.
Come on.
1, get it in under. There
Yes!
it is!
Woo!
15 seconds remaining. I hope we can get one more finish.
Come on, show us one more. Let's get one more.
I see so many people just excited. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, everybody. Fantastic job. This is really tough. I think our announcer is going to make the stop. There you go. He makes the announcement for the timer. Congratulations, everybody. This is not an easy puzzle, and just getting to this point into the semifinals is a huge accomplishment for everyone.
And we have such a great community spirit here. Everybody just wants everybody else to finish. There's no hard feelings here. Everybody is just cheering for each other. One of the fantastic things about the World Championship and the community.
We're gonna. just listening to Charlie give out the last couple of directions. But thank you for joining us for this individual semifinal. We're excited. We're going to have one more here in about a half hour. I have a feeling somebody's going to be in that.
Yes, I've got to get ready. I'm going to be competing in that one. So yeah, it's going to be a blast. And I really like the 2 puzzles we've had so far. So feeling confident for third that they've got a good choice for us. Yeah, good job so far, Ravensburger, on the unreleased puzzles.
Well, congrats to everybody that competed just now and earlier today, and good luck to Michelle in the next round. I've been Jim Eakins, and this is Michelle Casper, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
Do a little dance. Do a jig.